On today's episode of Watch JR Go, we buy a Ford Ranger. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch JR Go, and today I'm here with my buddy Kyle, and he was like, hey, I have a Ford Ranger sitting out in my field. Does anybody want it? And I was like, I want it. How much? And he said 300 bucks. And I was like, there you go, that's 300 bucks. And now we're taking a look at this. We got Josh out here, Jamie out here, and it's very, very muddy. So I brought a jump pack, and I don't think that's even gonna buy us anything because there's no battery. I mean, my jump pack will run the truck if it had to.
I have a junk battery if you need it.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, the deal is, it won't start. It might start for a second, but then it'll immediately die. It has how much new stuff? You said new fuel pump.
Fuel pump, crank position sensor,
balancer.
The balancer is from the junkyard, new timing belt,
Nice.
plugs, and wires.
Oh, well, that's basically all the important stuff. I don't know how it doesn't run.
Or we can grab a tractor or something.
Oh, well, let's grab a tractor. Tractor's at a move. Where are we going? Pretty sweet house. It has a built-in runway. You guys fly this thing often?
It's still working, like getting worked on.
Oh, okay. It's like a build?
It's a 1952 Tri-Pacer.
Ah.
We talked my mom into it because my mom was born in 1952.
Nice. That's a cool thing to walk into.
Yeah.
Man, I like it. There's a 4-cylinder Lycoming?
Yep. The old International Scout in the corner.
Oh yeah, that Scout's beautiful.
And then the 94 Edition Miata over there.
Steering dampener, that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Where's the important part? I don't see it anywhere.
The important part.
Yeah, the thing that spins. Exhaust gaskets go in, things spin, magic comes out.
No turbo. No turbo on this one.
Is that a GM car alternator?
It sure is.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's an alternator off of a car, and they test it and make sure it's all perfect, and then they put a stamp on it, and now it costs 3 times as much.
Well, that is super clean. Yeah. Man. All right, let's get some tractors going. Let's fire these bad boys up. Are we taking the John Deere?
We can either take the John Deere or the International. I'm guessing the International probably would be a little bit too heavy. So.
Yeah, I think, and green's a better color on tractors.
Better color. All right, we'll take that one.
First drive in the new truck. There's no radio in here. Neutral. He's probably gonna spin.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's gonna spin.
It's in neutral. Ah, one more time.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Back up, maybe. Too muddy. Try number 2. We grabbed a truck. This should work. I don't think it'll have any problems. There we go. Super easy. The old John Deere wasn't having it. This thing, no problems. All right, we are hooked up. Thanks, Kyle. Again, I'm excited to work on this thing, see what happens. We'll get it running. And Josh is gonna pull me back.
80, 85?
Yeah, whatever you want, man. I'll hang on. If you feel a whole lot of brakes, I don't like the speed. Huh, the door doesn't work anymore. Seems like the brakes work. I gotta stand on them though. Yeah, rocking out through the country. Sketchy towed this bad boy home. It's here. We're ready to stick a battery in and start troubleshooting. Probably tomorrow. Time to figure out this Ford Ranger. We were here at O'Reilly's. We got to get a battery because it came, well, I left the core. It came with a core later. Yeah, we'll get it later. Time to find a battery. OBD1 scanner so we can see what's up with it. All right, we got a battery. Thanks, Josh. Get this open for you. There we go. Sweet. Look at the battery this Ford Ranger takes. It's a Group 65, which is gigantic. That could start a semi-truck.
Or Ford Ranger.
Or a Ford Ranger.
Same thing, really.
Yeah. So we had this thought that maybe it's just out of gas because it has a new fuel pump in it. So let's fill this thing up. We got 5 gallons of brand new gas here. There we go. Dump all this in here, and then we're gonna put that new battery in it. Maybe it'll start.
They say check the simple things first, right?
That's true.
It doesn't get any more simple than this.
I've 100% done this. I've totally troubleshot a car and been like, out of gas. Huh.
It's gonna need gas eventually when we get it started anyway, so.
For sure. So
Maybe we'll get a surprise.
Yep, if it starts, be like, all right, guess it can leave now.
For sale.
Look at all the goodies it came with.
I like the top post.
Those are nice. Yeah. All right, we got a battery. We've got some gas. Let's see what happens when I try to crank it. All right, out of gear. Well, we got gauges.
I heard a fuel pump.
Let me cycle the fuel pump again. You say you heard a pump?
Yeah, I can hear it. And the injectors.
Okay. There's another cycle. It fired.
Wanted to.
It's definitely trying to fire. Cycle it again.
Do it again. Hold on, there's a spark plug lead hanging off.
Yeah, it has the dual spark plugs in this head, and there's one just hanging out.
I'm not sure where that one goes.
Also, I should get under there and check the inertia switch on the fuel pump. That was on our to-do list. Free light bar. Look at all that. We got so much power. Yeah, hit it again. Man, it tries to run like really hard. There's a fuel rail test port. We could check it, but I honestly, like, it seems like it has fuel.
Yeah, I think it's just cutting the ignition.
It sounds more like crank position.
When it's not seeing a crank position, immediately it's just cutting the ignition off.
100%.
Or maybe the plug wires are backwards.
The plug wires could be wrong.
Mismatched.
We got a whole new set of plug wires. All 8. So we could do a little switching. Obviously that wouldn't be a big deal. And then we could do a crank position sensor. All right, let's push this thing, or move it over to the garage.
Yep.
Where it's a little cold outside. This time we're using another lawnmower and it's gonna work. We're just gonna pull it down the street and into the shop. Oh yeah. I know, it's way too cold. This is like being in the Indy 500, but I gotta follow the pace car. We just need to get that guy some amber flashing lights for his pace car. His pace mower, that is. Oh, you guys ready for this? I forgot I had a battery. Josh is impervious to the honk. I like that huge burnout you just did all the way up the driveway. That's true. We just verified the year. I don't know what we thought it was before, but it is in 1993. Took a look at the odometer. It says 16,000 miles, which I would take as a 1 to 216,000 miles. It's up there, that's for sure.
Sure it's not a 16,000 mile one owner? Like original?
Absolute garage kept, original. Yeah.
It's a cream puff.
VW Harlequin paint job. This is a beautiful car. It's powered by the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder with a 5-speed manual, so there should be nothing that can go wrong with this truck. Unfortunately, everything has gone wrong with this truck. We have a lot of oddities under the hood, like mismatched spark plug wires and a crank position sensor that's been replaced, and oh yeah, the balancer is pinned. So what we're trying to figure out here is the crank position sensor and if it's working in any way. So I think we're going to try to scan this thing, see if we can get some output from the computer. Might run to O'Reilly's, pick up their OBD1 scanner because they stock that bad boy. Hopefully this is pretty easy and we can put it back together very quickly. We decided to go ahead and start by just pulling the balancer since we know the crank position sensor has been replaced. And according to Kyle, this thing did run for a minute after they did all this work. So maybe it's just something with the position sensor.
Yeah, go up here and watch it. I'll bump the key.
Sure. You can see this ring, this reluctor ring, passes through the sensor when it cranks here. Go ahead and do it again. I don't see anything weird about it.
It's got a strange diesel effect.
It did diesel 3 times backwards. We should go ahead and start with the spark plug wires because we have a full set and I have the diagram pulled up.
What do the old plugs look like?
Well, bad, but also shout out to Ford for designing like the most insane spark plug setup to take out ever. They were Motorcraft Platinums, so they're probably not original, I guess.
Oh, terrible.
They're not terrible.
They are fouled.
These are better.
I think from not having an ignition.
Probably. Still not terrible. The thing is the electrode gap is massive, and if you look at the new Platinums, it's not near, like that's 1/8 inch plus. And the new ones are much, much tighter.
Yeah.
So that was what I was looking at.
Might just not had the juice to jump the gap.
It might not. These old junk coils, like, yeah.
On some bad wires?
Yep. So we got it rewired, replugged. It's set up according to this diagram now. And Josh just putting all the combs back. The combs weren't even all on right. And now they are. And they look way cooler with that double comb and everything. You grabbed a hold of that thing.
I know, I touched it.
It's nasty. Oh, that old PCB was wrecked. All right, here we go. Test. Same.
Sounds like it.
Fuel pump. You know, we do have a check engine light and it could be more than oil pressure. So it might be worth scanning.
Okay.
We could try it.
Yeah. Grab a scanner, we take the battery cord back, get some lunch.
There you go. Lunchtime. And we are back with a scanner that can do OBD1, the adapters that should fit this truck, and a fuel pressure test kit. So we're going to do a little fuel pressure testing on this bad boy, and we're going to see if we're getting a code out of the ECU.
25, 30.
I guess that's pressure, huh?
Keep going. 35, 40.
Again?
It's holding 40 now, yeah.
We're going to try this on starting fluid to see if we can rule out timing. Fuel pump. What?
It is a fuel issue.
Yeah, it seems like it ran really
It could
well.
just be a bad gas issue.
I guess it's possible.
Let's purge some of this fuel out of the
Rail?
sensor and see if it burns.
Good idea. This thing has been sitting for over like 3 or 4 years in his yard or something like that, and then years before that too.
Could've just got some, and then I just went to the garage and grabbed like a 5-gallon gas can. It's been sitting forever.
It's got 20-year-old fuel in it.
So
That's pretty good. That seems excellent.
seems good.
Huh. Well, that should run a car.
It doesn't smell gassy.
No.
When you get some on your hand, it doesn't smell like regular gas.
Burning like pure black soot.
Right.
That doesn't seem like gas either.
Right.
Smothered. There's so much soot it turned the container black.
That's not good.
There's something very weird about that fuel. So we pulled the vacuum line off the fuel pressure regulator, and now it sounds like we got the ghost cam tune. It's gotta be the fuel. Gotta be the fuel pressure regulator or something. I like how it keeps trying to run forever. We called the O'Reilly's boys again, and they have intake gaskets on the way because this thing just fell apart when we took the intake off right there. You can see this gasket is toast. And we have a fuel pressure regulator coming because we do think that's our actual problem here. And we had to pull the intake and the rail and everything to get that off. It's off, so we're just waiting on parts. This is in the store. A couple more minutes, we can go get a gasket. For now, Josh is putting the taillights in. I'm gonna troubleshoot the headlights, and we're gonna get some stuff done. Also, look, this is the light bar that was in the passenger seat. That light bar is a beast. It is a beast. Grab my rearview mirror mounting kit. Keep that on tap nowadays, and we have a rearview mirror again. Never mind. Well, after testing the fuel system for a while, it seems like we got that bad fuel pressure regulator. Randy O'Reilly's got a PR15, which is the replacement regulator. Let's get this thing open here. And it's super easy to install. It's just those 3 Allen bolts, and it has O-rings in it already. Here's our new one. It has new O-rings, and you can't really mess this up. They only fit one direction. So we'll just put that guy on there, just like that. And then tighten down these screws, put it back together, do some testing. We're still waiting on intake gaskets, but I figured I'd get this part done. All right, they're heading out to tune the Trailblazer a little bit. I am still working on the Ranger. Look how clean the interior is now. It is a nice place to hang out. Just needs wiped down, but we got it clean. And I think the mirror should be good to go now. It sat for a couple hours this time instead of like the 3 minutes that it did last time. And now I think it's fully locked in. And I give up. Mirrors are the worst, aren't they? That's like the Loctite factory adhesive, and it just gave up completely. I don't know how much longer you can let it sit. I let that sit for 4 hours this time. We got everything else done. We literally got the intake back on, waited for gaskets, everything's hooked back up, all the EGR, the intake, it's all back together. All the sensors, I mean, it's back together with a new intake gasket, so there's no intake gasket leak or anything like that. We've got fuel pressure, you can see it right there. Something weird. We don't know if it's bad gas, because it's probably could be 8-year-old gas, but we put 5 gallons in it today, which should have brought the gas back to life. Although it could be something weird with that fuel, not sure yet. There's not much left to check. We think, I mean, if it's on starting fluid, it runs really, really well. And then it'll start again on gas, but it only starts on gas for those 2 seconds and then dies again. I think we're calling the Ranger for tonight. We kind of have to, because it's late, time to go eat, take care of business, got work to do. We'll come back to the Ranger. We thought this was going to be a 5-minute, fix and get this thing sold. Turns out it wasn't, but hey, today it got a new battery, it got new spark plug wires, it got new spark plugs, intake gasket, the upper intake gasket there, fuel pressure regulator, new fuel filter, and if we cycle the pump and we've got the fuel filter pointing down to the pan, it is fogging the fuel out. So we don't think it's the pump. I mean, we're running out of things that could be wrong with this car. Really, we think it might be the crank position sensor or base timing, but it runs so well on starting fluid that why would it be base timing? So maybe the crank position sensor, and we're gonna jump I think tomorrow we're gonna dump all the fuel out of it. We'll just jump the fuel pump relay, let it clean itself out, fill it up with new gas, and go from there. I think new gas, it might be the solution. It's hardly ever the solution. Hardly ever. You can run on really, really old gas, but this time there might be something mixed with it. Maybe there's water in who knows? Something weird going on with the fuel. We're gonna chase it down. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We're having a lot of fun with this $300 truck. I can't wait to go drive it around. Plus, it's all cleaned up now. We've got a free light bar. We found out the light bar had been mounted right there. There's some holes in the bumper, and maybe we'll put that on there. Maybe we'll keep it. That'd be a really good underhood light if we put magnets on it and just stuck it under hoods while we were working. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com where you can get cool shirts like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Also, the whole interior, now that it's all clean, like the sockets are over there and there's nothing on the floors, it's all vacuumed. Is that the JVC connector? I'm not even gonna mess with this. I think I'm just gonna put a JVC head unit in it, because I'm pretty sure I have that one from the Camaro, and if it fits, might as well shove a head unit in the thing so that it's complete inside. It still doesn't have a glove box. Glove box is gone, headliner's gone. Almost complete. I just saw, look at this. There's a bunch of LEDs. Oh my, look at this. Hold on. Wait, I bet this works. Come on. Come on, girl. Oh, that's hot. Oh, look at that. One is the door circuit, and one is the switch on circuit. Oh, that's odd. They make LEDs that just drop in the factory setup, and they work better than that. But it's pretty funny. I'm entertained. Maybe I'll hook those together the way they should be, and it'll work a lot better. Oh yeah, Josh put this door panel back together. That looks really good too. Door shuts. I drove it home holding it shut the whole way. Remember when I spent all that time complaining about OBD1 in my Camaro video? And we tried to actually troubleshoot with OBD1 and it didn't work on this, and OBD2 would have been like, this is what's wrong with this truck, and we would have done. In 30 seconds it would have been fixed, but not today. we'll figure it out on our own.